What if I told you that most of what you call worry isn't intuition, isn't preparation, and isn't actually protecting you at all? What if worry is simply a habit your mind learned a long time ago and never learned how to release? Because if worry truly worked, you'd feel calmer by now. Instead, it keeps returning, quietly, persistently. It sounds responsible, it feels necessary, it insists it's helping. But notice something gently right now. Worry is almost never about what's happening in this moment. It's about what might happen, what could go wrong, what you're afraid you won't be able to handle. And yet, here you are, still breathing, still listening, still here. So what is worry really doing? Worry often disguises itself as care. It tells you, if I think about this enough, I'll be ready. If I stay alert, I won't be caught off guard. If I imagine every outcome, I'll stay safe. And so the mind loops. One thought leads to another. One imagined problem multiplies into many. You replay conversations that haven't happened. You prepare explanations no one has asked for. You rehearse futures that may never arrive. And slowly, without realizing it, your attention leaves where you are and moves into an imagined tomorrow. A tomorrow that doesn't exist yet. A tomorrow you can't control. A tomorrow made entirely of thought. That's why worry is exhausting. Not because you're weak, but because you're living mentally somewhere else, while your body stays here. That split takes energy. Worry makes a promise. It promises control. It promises certainty. It promises safety. But look closely. No amount of worrying has ever guaranteed an outcome. No amount of thinking has ever eliminated uncertainty. Worry doesn't solve the future. It only pulls you away from the present. And the present moment, the only place where life is actually unfolding, gets missed. Not dramatically, quietly. This is how worry drains you. Not all at once, but slowly over time. Worry isn't just about events. It's about identity. Notice how often worry asks, what will this say about me? What if I disappoint someone? What if I fail? What if I can't cope? Worry tries to protect an image of who you think you need to be. Competent, prepared, in control. In that way, worry works very much like people-pleasing. Both are attempts to stay safe by anticipating reactions and preventing discomfort before it happens. Both pull you away from your own centre. Both keep you living one step ahead of life. Here's where something begins to soften, not by force, but by seeing. Next time worry appears, notice this. It always speaks in stories. What if? Imagine if. It could happen. Worry deals in possibility, not reality. It feels convincing because the mind treats imagination as truth. But imagination is not experience. Right now, as you are listening, nothing is demanding fear from you. Notice that. Nothing is asking for panic. Nothing is requiring mental rehearsal. There is a sound. breath, presence. Worry loosens its grip when you see it's pointing towards a moment that isn't here. Many people try to get rid of worry. They argue with it, distract themselves, push it away, tell themselves they shouldn't feel this way. But resistance often keeps worry alive, because the mind interprets resistance as a threat. Instead of fighting worry, try something quieter. Let it be there without following it. Notice the urge to respond, the tightening in the chest, the forward pull, the sense that something must be handled right now. Let that sensation exist without acting on it. You don't need to answer every thought. You don't need to solve every imagined future. Worry loses power when it isn't believed or fed. Here are a few gentle shifts, not techniques, just invitations. First, when worry appears, pause. Feel where it shows up in the body, the jaw, the shoulders, the stomach. Let the pause be there. Second, bring attention back to something real. The weight of your body, the temperature of the air, the sound closest to you. Not to escape worry, but to remember where you are. Third, allow uncertainty without narrating it. Notice how quickly the mind wants to explain, predict, or prepare. Let uncertainty exist without commentary. Life has always included it, and you've met it before. Fourth, rest in the part of you that notices, the quiet awareness that sees worry without becoming it. That awareness doesn't rush, it doesn't rehearse, it doesn't need answers. It's already here. When you stop treating worry as truth, something changes. You don't become careless, you become present. You don't lose responsibility, you lose unnecessary tension. You begin to respond to life as it arrives, instead of living ahead of it. Worry may still visit. That's okay, but it no longer decides how you live. You don't need to fix your mind. You don't need to eliminate worry. You only need to see it clearly. Worry is a habit, not a prophecy. And the moment you notice that, even gently, even briefly, you return to the only place that has ever been solid enough to live, this moment. Nothing else is required right now.